What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mike, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got another video, and today we're going to be doing a review on my mom's car. It's a 2010 Dodge Caliber, and just to say, it's not 100% mint, mainly because the bumper is unfortunately it's crashed right there. But all that was because of a bucket that was in the middle of the road that someone someone hit it, and then my mom hit it, but we've been trying to get a new bumper for that. But other than that, the car is, pretty good. 2010 was the first year and the only year that they actually made these cars. I guess the sales weren't good. I don't know, because around where I live, there's a ton of people that drive these cars, and these cars are really, in my opinion, they're pretty decent. I've already told my mom that I always thought about if she ever got rid of it, might end up making this a project car, putting an actual 6-cylinder or V8 in it. V8 probably had to do a couple cuttings and stuff like that, but so let's go ahead and the exterior is, trying to see what this car the front looks a little bit like the vans they have, kind of like a midway van. But right here we got the Uniroyal tires. It's let's see, 215 55 18s, so these are 18s. Let's go ahead and move on over to the interior, which is all black interior, leather seats. This car actually comes with the heated seats. Well, I don't know if it comes with it or not. Probably an option, but got the sunroof right here. It got pretty decent room. For me, I'm not really tall or anything. I'm right around, I say 5'8", 5'9" or so. And I always have to put the seat all the way down just so I can fit comfortable in it, because I mean, it looks kind of tall and everything, but I still feel like my head hits the roof a little bit if I don't put the seat all the way down. Back seat, same way, got leg room, and just sit back here. You got plenty of leg room. Right here we got about a couple inches, I say about 4 or 5 inches from the seat. Right there, my dad always puts the seat all the way back, so that's why there's less room, but I still could fit right there if I wanted to. So the interior is nothing real special, I would say. I mean, it's a decent looking interior. Probably make it look better if we just change up the radio area right here. And the sound system is pretty decent. I have used the sound system. Now one thing I've been looking into this car is I thought you could actually connect to Bluetooth, but I still haven't figured that out, and it's been a couple years and everything like that. But on the reliability note, this car is extremely reliable. We've had this car for, I'll say, roughly 3 to 4 years, and never had any issues, except for one sensor went bad a couple months ago, but that was repaired and nothing else has happened ever since, which was a crankshaft position sensor. But all that's fixed now, and we call it the spark plugs, maintenance and stuff like that. We literally changed the spark plugs like after 2 to 3 years of owning it. It really didn't need it. The engine light wasn't on or anything, but you could kind of feel the little hesitation into it. Well, we went ahead and did the maintenance and stuff like that. But this car is powered right around, give or take. It said the specs were saying 141 to 170. So I say around a good 155 horsepower to the wheels, and roughly 145 foot-pounds of torque. It's got a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. I'm not so sure if they make a 6-cylinder or not. It's possible for them to make a 6-cylinder, because when I went to buy the spark plugs for this car, it was when the guy asked me what trim model it was, because this is a Dodge Caliber RT. They actually got a SRT, supposedly Roush. I don't know if all his the car names were legit on his computer, but it came out like Caliber, Roush, SRT, and all this other stuff. but I've only heard of a RT, so this is what this is. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's a pretty reliable car. The only thing that I'm really kind of bummed out is how come they only made it for 2010, never made it again. I feel like this, you know, it's not the, I wouldn't say it's the most appealing looking car, but it's not the worst looking car. My opinion, if you ask me, I'm not a big fan of 4 cylinders, but it'll get you to point A, point B, to the beach, everywhere you want to go, pretty much, because we've never really had any issues with it. I do really like the kind of like the wide body kind of look to it. I try to convince my mom to lower it just a little bit, but because that is pretty decent size wheel gap right there. But my mom actually doesn't like lower cars. She don't like small cars. She actually been thinking about getting an SUV or a truck. But just to say, if everything does go good and she ends up getting another car, this could potentially be a project car, but it'd be like swapping the engine, transmission, everything like that. But let's go over here to the back before I forget. Now this is one cool feature about the stereo. Go ahead and open it. So this right here is the back seat. You know, got your spare tire here. Didn't know those boxers were there, but they're there. Yeah, there's nothing real spectacular back here, but well, there's the sound system right there. You can see the name. Never really, well, yeah, I've heard of that name before, but it's really cool. It's up here. You can bring the stereo system down, so it's like this, and then you just open it just like that. Listen to the sound system. Just snap it back and close the tailgate. So that's pretty much it. You know, compared, side by side. Like I said, I'm about 5'8", 5'9", somewhere around there, 5'7". I'm not entirely sure. But that's that. I mean, the car's, like I said, is reliable. It's not a bad car. If I needed a car, and this was for sale. The only thing I did see that this car is valued around still, like my mom got the paper where she had to get it inspected and everything, and it shows the value of it. It's still valued around $6,000, a little over $6,000 at a value, and mainly probably because 2010, but also because 2010 is the only year they made them. Like I said, the feature this one has pretty much, I don't know if the sunroof is standard in all of them or not, or it's an option, but got the sunroof, got the heated seats, and that's basically, oh, and that it also has that, because I don't really drive this car that much, so I don't really know everything, but I know quite a few. This is an automatic transmission, but I don't know why they make them, but they do. Well, you could go, when you're in D, you could just move it over, and you'll be in manual mode. So you'll be in first gear, and you just go over, all through the gears. I believe it goes all the way to 6 gears, I believe, or more, because I never really went through the gears, because it's not my car. I'm not trying to accidentally mess something up. But as you know that because my truck, I got it back from the mechanic shop for the second time within 2 weeks, and they told me I was trying to get inspected, trying to get the pass inspection and everything, and they tell me that it's not reading 2 sensors. So being that it wasn't reading 2 sensors, they told me I had to drive a little more so the computer could reset. Drove about 150 miles. Came back, they told me the same thing. So today I was going to actually drive it all the way to Charlotte and back. That would have been roughly 200 miles, a little over 200 miles. But when I was about to go into the interstate, the engine light came back on. So got to get that back to the shop for the 3rd time, literally in a month. So I put my scanner on it, and it was telling me that it was the same thing it told me last time was a leak. The last time it was actually a vent solenoid that went bad. He said that the valve was I think he said it was closed, I believe. But now I don't know really what's gonna happen now. But hopefully it's a bill that's not gonna be too expensive. Like the mechanic told me, after the problem with Nissans is after they start having emission problems, they're gonna continue having them until pretty much the whole emission system, I guess, is completed. Hopefully that's not the issue here, because the only thing that I'm worried about is, well, one, it's kind of concerning, not really concerning, but that would be the O2 sensor. That's roughly around $1,200, you know, for to be in a mechanic shop and get the O2 sensor replaced. But the cats is really what's worried, because he said that there was one guy that came in with a little bit of newer Nissan Titan, and he had the cats replaced, and it was right around $2,200. So I'm not trying to be in that kind of position right now, because, well, at this, you know, pandemic kind of thing going around, you know, not always working every single day, but it is what it is. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. I thought about selling it, but at the same time I really don't want to sell it. But yeah, that's gonna be it really for this review right here. Probably pretty soon we'll end up looking for the bumper. You know, I think there's one around Greensboro, but there's a bumper for the Mustang. You already got the clear coat. I didn't really make a video on putting the clear coat down, but or neither did I with the paint. But all it really needs is a little bit of wet sanding in some areas. Like I said, it does have some imperfections, but at this point, you know, I thought I'd, you know, just leave it like it is, you know, because the bottom splitter is just gonna get chips anyway. So like right here, you can see a couple right here, little imperfections. But you know, it is what it is. It still looks pretty good. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this little cold start of the car. And there's that. Looks like she's gonna need some gas too. But, you know, that's that for the cold start. Pretty quiet if you ask me, but not everyone wants a extremely loud car all the time. But yeah, you know, that's it.